What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And I know this is kind of late because we haven't made a video in, man, probably almost 10 days. Now, I kind of apologize for that, but we've been running into some small problems, just waiting on parts, stuff like that. But yesterday, we did tear apart the car, and we got the radio out, and we figured out that this little box is the cause of most of our problems. So we ordered a new one. We had to wait for that to come in today, and this is the new one. So these two things, one is made, I guess, by XSVI. The other one is made by Radio Pro. Now, the difference in years is basically going to be like this one. I think should work for. Oh, there it is. So this one works for these years and these years. Oops, sorry, that was a little close. So this one, the blue one, unfortunately only works for 2006 to 13 GTI, which is not what I have. I have a 2003 GTI, right? But that blue one, the Radio Pro adapter to retain accessory power, only works for 2002 to 2006 or 13 or something like that. It's it starts 2002 and ends in the future somewhere, but it's only for Golfs. So that's not a Golf. That's a GTI. So the trim level being different, the issue we ran into is that adapter does not work or retain accessory power. So I kept having to turn the radio on manually. Some other issues we were having with the car itself is that the fuses kept blowing, and the problem with that being, so there's a fuse block underneath the dash, right? So where that sits, there's 4 fuse holes. 2 of them are used on this particular car, and one of them was about halfway in. It was all crooked, so it was rattling around, barely getting a connection. It was blowing the central locking system fuse, which controls the locks, the windows, and the sunroof and stuff, and the rear hatch. The fuel door still works, controlled by a different system, which is weird. But we got that fixed, put that fuse back in all the way, replaced all the fuses that we needed to, pulled some fuses that we don't need anymore, like the rear wiper, because we deleted that because we have a backup camera there, and the fog lights, which apparently this did have as a factory option because there is a fuse that is pinned for that. So eventually we're going to put a fuse in that and get some fog lights, and we are looking, let me grab y'all. So we're going to put some new fog lights in there eventually, and we are also going to put some actual little marker lights in here, either the orange ones, and then we're going to do a little blackout kit with some tint, or we're just going to get some clear lenses, which I'm sure are hard to find. And we're going to get this fender on, and we did get the center console painted. I don't know how much light's going to be over here because we're just going to work with the door closed. Yeah, so it's sitting right here underneath. Let me grab it. So we did get the center console all painted, so now it looks nice and clean. There you go. Now y'all can see a little better. Bam, looks much better than before. And we did also get some black trim pieces finally, mainly the grab handles. So we're still going to be looking for some more trim pieces for the inside. We're going to be trying to get some A-pillar, B-pillar, C-pillar pieces. If we can't find those, we're going to do them all in some sort of red pattern fabric that's going to go on the headliner as well. It would be nice to have them all black. I guess I could remove the fabric that's on them now, and you can see what it kind of looks like right here, and then put a black fabric over it so it matches the paint door panels and the dash and everything. Other than that, we need trim pieces for the seatbelt holders up top, and the sunroof control panel, and the visors. I already have a black mirror, and now we have black grab handles. So as far as that goes, today that's kind of what's been going on the last few days, just so y'all can kind of get caught up on what I've been dealing with. The only other thing we got to do is go pick up some fuel hoses because we have a new fuel filter. We have some fuel line retainer clips. So we got to get some actual fuel lines for the actual fuel lines up here, because they are just, oh, well, you might not be able to see it. They're just super like dry rotted and old rubber, and they just connect right there. And they come all the way up here to the fuel rail. So, and they're just held on by some clamps here, clips there for the plastic elbows. But today we're going to be doing some soldering, and we're going to get this new adapter. Well, where'd the other piece go? Man, I'm going to need what? That. Don't need the needle nose. Alright. So, we have the actual harness that goes into the back of the radio, all cut already. I just got to strip some of the speaker wires. We have our new harness, and it's pretty much identical to this one, except this one has a fuse for no reason, and then like this really weird little splice here. That's what actually controls the accessory power, because it gives it a 12 volt 10 amp signal. So on this one, it's all just controlled out of this little access box right here. So we're going to look at the instructions as well. Make sure we wire everything together correctly. And we are going to try to connect all the navigation wires for the illumination, speed sensor, what's the other one? Park and brake, reverse, all that stuff, so that our backup camera and everything works together with this harness. Again, I apologize that we haven't put out a video in a while. It's just been kind of hectic. So we're just going to be kind of, oh man, I don't have a GoPro mount thing. Oh yeah, I do. Huh? Bam. Get y'all back in here. Hey, I had to go pro inside, hook the computer charging. Now, I posted on Facebook because I didn't really want to put out a trash video that y'all wouldn't want to watch, and I didn't even want to finish editing, okay? It was that bad. Like, when I was doing all this stuff and getting frustrated, and I started, just the introduction of like kind of what I'm doing now was absolutely terrible. And then by the end, we had gotten into so much mixed up shit dealing with this old harness and stuff that, man, everything was just so bad. Again, I apologize that, you know, I could have posted some sort of like family video or something to do with the cars, just gone for a ride or something. But I didn't want to do that because that's not really what this channel's about. It's more about the cars. And I know I posted the house stuff on there, but that was more for you guys to see that, you know, what kind of upgrades we're doing here with the house. You know, we went from a little one-car shit garage to a nice two-car garage where I got room to work on the car. I can have it in here if I want to and leave it. You know, I can still edit and stuff out here. So, that being said, we're going to get to work. And, yeah, we'll see when it's all soldered and done. Everything's going to be heat shrink, soldered, connected correctly. No butt connectors or any of that bullshit. Trying to think. I will have to pull a few wires out. We may finish up actually installing all this tomorrow when it's a little bit warmer out, because it's only like, I don't know, 57 or something today. But yeah, we're gonna solder, get this thing all put together, and then we'll see y'all when I'm done. as you guys can see, we are done soldering. Some of this stuff out of the way. Soldering, heat shrinking, everything is done. Just a cool way to kind of hang your heat gun when you're doing this. If you don't have like a stand or something for it, just like a cheap one, like a $20 one. Sorry. Is you take one of these little Irwin clamps, little quick grip ones, and you just hook the little eyelet over that thing and it fits perfect. It just hangs here, and then all I did was hold the wire in front of it, get it to heat shrink, get a zip tie mess on the ground, clipping them. But as you guys can see, this is how it will be sitting right there. We need the camera plus for the backup camera. That's the positive wire for it. We got the amp turn on for the SCAR amp in the back, which we're also going to be doing something with that soon, now that I really already mentioned it. Because I don't like where the location of the amp is. I want to do something a little bit different. Because it does just kind of rattle around in there. I don't like that. But other than that, we're about to look up the instructions in my phone in the email that Crutchfield sent me. So big shout out to them for having what I needed and getting it here. Like UPS 2-day air. So awesome. Thank you, Crutchfield. It's not sponsored by any means. Just thank you, because every time I order something from them, they have exactly what I need. So thanks for getting me this quick, and everything in these small instructions for the wiring diagram, the wiring instructions, and the packaging and everything points to the fact that this will work on my vehicle. So I have no doubt it will work. Everything I've ordered from Crutchfield, I mean, this is a wiring harness for the Corvette. I mean, they sent like a whole harness for the car, you know, that plugs right in. Obviously we don't have the Corvette here yet, so but stay tuned, it will be coming up here hopefully in the next, you know, month or two or whatever, whenever James decides he wants to drive it up. But yeah, you guys can kind of see the harness again. Nice and neat. Now on this end there is another section where you can get a steering wheel control, which I do not have, so I don't need that. And then here is a microphone plug for the actual microphone that would be in the car if you had that type of radio. So let's look up the instructions here real quick. I set it up the exact same way as the other harness that I had connected, and as you can see, well, I mean, we already cut this one all up, but it's pretty much like this. It's pretty much the same. So you have the navigation wires right here and all that, illumination, brake, all that, and then you have your power and all that shit. But they are not the correct pins. Let's see if the pins are even the same. Yeah, the pinning is exactly the same, so it's literally just this box. Here we go. Hopefully that's it. Nope, so I guess the only instructions are literally these right here. The owner's manual, that's literally it. So you legit only get this piece of paper, this harness, and the package that goes around it. Cool. So we plug in the normal power section like that. Bam. So I guess we could reasonably plug this in right now and just see if the radio works. I think we should do it. Let's go to the car. We'll have to grab a couple extra tools, pop the hood and stuff. Why is this always locked? This fucking door, man. Oh, leave me alone. I don't want to play these games anymore. Of course, all my clippings are down there. Get some light on the situation here. Hopefully you guys can see something. Obviously, we have all this extra shit. You just gotta undo that part right there so that sits like that. I'm gonna plug it into the car first. So the way that works, it has that little retainer clip. You just reach around the back of the connector and undo it. Now this is all gonna sit down in there somewhere. There's not a lot of room in back behind this radio with all this shit. So we're just gonna go ahead and plug this in. Oh, come on now. Oh, I guess it would help if I had it the right direction. Hey. And then clips in like that. And look at how nice that is. We have enough wire to actually get out here to the radio. Bam! So, well, we don't have enough of the rest of the wiring and shit. So, where'd that little box go? Little box. Well, I probably could have built something to where I could just kind of hang it in there. I guess that'll be good enough. I want to be able to see that little box though, for sure. I want to see if it lights up. Where's my keys at? Keys are right here. And I'm gonna put those right there. Let's go hook up the battery real quick. See if we can't start this car on fucking fire today, huh? Man, oh man. So, oh man, I forgot I had everything like unhooked. But that's okay, because we can just hook the battery back up. No problem. So nothing started on fire yet. Let's see here. Oh, my junk's in here. Now, the radio is currently off. If everything goes correctly here, the radio will turn on with the ignition. Let's see, make sure we're recording. And we can see, we're going to turn this light off. So we can really see. Nothing has happened. No power. Bet you we blew a fuse. Nope, no power. We blew a fuse, for sure. Oh, never mind. It has come on. So we're just going to let it boot up. Y'all can see it. We're just going to let her boot up here and see what happens. 5:41. Is that actually what time it is? I don't know. The problem continues. As I've figured, none of that worked. It's doing exactly, and when I say exactly, I don't mean like, well, it was similar. No. It's doing exactly the same thing as the other one, as the other interface control. But yes, it's doing exactly the same thing. I don't know why. We will figure it out. We're going to try to update this little box since it is updatable by USB. Kind of hard to get open though. I guess you don't want it to fall out behind your radio. Anyways, there's a light that's supposed to come on too. I don't know if it's just for the steering wheel programming for the buttons with this device or not, but there is absolutely no wires that are hooked up incorrectly. The only thing I can think of Because it did say something about the airbags or something like that, and there's the airbag light on. So if I can make the airbag light go away, maybe that's the problem. I don't think it is. If anybody has any ideas, please let me know. We're going to try to update this little box since it's probably been sitting on the shelf for God knows how fucking long at Crutchfield. Not their fault in any way, but we got little USB, micro USBs to be able to plug into that. And yeah, we're just going to try to update it, go from there and see what happens. And then we'll plug it back in. And maybe it will magically work. I don't know. I'm going to do some more research on that specific device on their website for that brand. But yeah, we will probably go back at it again tomorrow. So we're going to end the video here. But hope you guys enjoyed watching me get back on the struggle bus. Like, share, subscribe, hit those buttons, hit the notifications so you can catch every last video. We'll see you guys tomorrow.